Friends, welcome to Biology Made Easy. We are discussing the different evidences for evolution, and today in this video we will discuss the biogeographical evidences. So when Earth was created 4.5 billion years back, then life was created 3.5 billion years back. But initially when Earth was created, it was a single piece of land and it was known as pangea. But and this single piece of land remained till the end of a Paleozoic era. Till the end of a Paleozoic era, that will say around 250 million years back. That means up to this time, since its inception, up to this time, entire Earth was a single piece of land known as Pangea. But after the end of a Paleozoic era, due to geographical disturbances, there was split in the land and different land pieces were separated from each other. And it became difficult from one part to another part. That means the intercontinental movement became difficult. That is why those organisms which were present in one area could not move to another area because they are separated by either the seas or the great mountains, like that. So in each area, some particular type of plants and animals developed. So that is known as biogeographical the evidence for evolution. So we'll discuss in different steps. So the first step is biogeographic realms. Now, as already we have discussed that initially the Earth was a single piece of land, and due to geographical disturbances, it is split into several pieces, and mainly it is divided into 6 pieces of land known as biogeographic realms. Now here, for your convenience, I have drawn it earlier. You see, this is the Palearctic area. In that area, usually the Russia, China, Siberia, all those lands belong to that area. Then this is the Oriental area where the Southeast Asia, including India, that belongs to this Oriental area. Then there is the Australian area where Australia, New Zealand, all these continents belong to that. Then Ethiopian, to which usually the African countries belong. Then Neotropical, to which usually the South America belongs. And Nearctic, to which the North America and Canada they belong. So these are the 6 different biogeographic realms, and due to their separation, geographical separation, and they are separated, suppose the Oriental is separated from Palearctic by Great Himalayas, so there could not be any easy movement. Similarly, the Oriental is separated from Australian by Wallace Line. So due to these difficulties, there was no intercontinental movement, and a particular type of plant or animal developed in a particular realm becomes completely separate in course of time, completely becomes separated from others. So this is one evidence from the biogeographical realm. Now the second one is a discontinuous distribution. Discontinuous distribution. Now, from a common ancestor, some organisms evolved, that means the descendants of a common ancestor, but due to this splitting of land, they are present in different parts of the world. And ultimately, though they belong to the common ancestor, they developed different characters due to environmental changes, due to mutations. So though there is a common ancestor, they become divergent from each other due to this discontinuous distribution of the land. So what are the examples? Here we can take one common example is alligators. Alligators. Usually the alligators are found in southeast United States and East China. So they are not found at other places. Now initially they were present at this. Now you see when it is a single piece, this is the east part of China and this is the the Southeast America. So when it is a single piece of land, both of them are very near to each other and the geographical conditions, the climatic conditions are similar. So they are similar and they have been evolved from a common ancestor. But when they are separated far apart from each other, then they became different and later the mutations took place. So they become completely different. So they are known as alligators. Now they come to the second example. Second example is long fishes. The long fishes, initially they are present in this neotropical, Ethiopian and Australian continents. That is a neotropical, Ethiopian and Australian. When the earth was a single piece of land, these three were present close together and that is why the long fishes were present there. But when due to geographical distance they separated from each other, the climatic conditions differ and the long fishes which are present in these three different parts, they become slightly different from each other even if they have a common ancestor. And at present, in each continent, there is only one species of lungfish. That means in neotropical, that is South America one, Ethiopian one, that is only one species in each continent. Now let us give one third example. The third example is that of the magnolias, tulips and sassafras. Magnolias, tulips and sassafras. Now these are usually ornamental plants. This magnolia, you know, it is known as parijat, tulips. The Kashmir is very famous for the tulips. And the sassafras, these are all ornamental plants. And these are found again in Southeast United States and in East China. Now again the region is same because the Southeast America or United States and Eastern China, they were very close to each other. So these ornamental plants developed, but later on they become different. So when some organisms, they have a common ancestor, but due to this geographical distribution, they are present in different areas, so ultimately they develop certain modifications and they are known as discontinuous distribution. Now let us discuss the third one. Third one is a restricted distribution. Third one, a restricted distribution. Now when the different land pieces, they become separate from each other due to variation in their geographical climatic conditions, they developed certain flora and fauna which is common only to that continent, to that piece of land, that is not found elsewhere. That is known as restricted distribution. That means that is found in only one area and not found at other places. And the common example here we can take that of the one common example is in Australia. In Australia, there are egg-laying mammals and pouched mammals. That means the egg-laying mammals and pouched mammals, they are not found in any other part of the world or earth except Australia, because their distribution is restricted. So that also gives evidence for this. And another reason is this Australian piece of land, it is separated from the mainland long before the evolution of the placental mammals. Long before the evolution of placental mammals. Placental mammals are more evolved than the pouched mammals, but before their evolution has taken place, the Australian land has been separated. So that is restricted to that area, the egg-laying mammal and pouched mammals. Now the fourth point. The fourth point we can discuss, that is, fourth point is adaptive radiation. Adaptive radiation, or we can call divergent evolution. Now, when there will be development of different functional structures, in organisms, but they are present in a single geographical area. That means the organisms which are present in a single geographical area, but they develop different functional structures for their need. That is known as adaptive radiation, divergent evolution. That means different, or you can write the development of different functional structures, from a common ancestor in a geographical area. That is, in a single geographical area, we will find different functional structures. Now, the best example for this is that of the Darwin finches. So, the best example is Darwin finches. Now, Charles Darwin, when he made his sea voyage in HMS Beagle, he reached the island Galapagos Island. And in that island, what he observed, he was astonished. He found there are very small black birds with different types of beaks. And when he analyzed, he found that some of the insects are quite seed-eating ones. Some of them are seed-eating, or you can call it them the grain-eating, while others are completely insectivorous. And some other they are omnivorous, both they have both the insectivorous as well as herbivorous. They take everything. So he found in the same land, Galapagos Island, there are different finches with different types of beaks. Because those who take the grains or seed eating habit, they have one type of beak. Those which are insectivorous, they have a different type of beak. And there are some which are intermediate. So this is known as adaptive radiation or divergent evolution. That means in the same geographical area and a different functional. So this is the best example Darwin finches. And we will discuss also a second example.